Third segment here, guys. Third and final segment here. Really, really quick. We just wanted to address some political things, and there's a video which a liberal guy says, which I think demonstrates it perfectly. Let's just give this a quick watch. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. Go.
This needs to be said. The reason more religious people support Trump is because once you're religious, you no longer need facts or evidence to believe anything. If you can make judgments about the most important things in life scientifically blind, why care about the truth at all? This needs to be.
There you go.
It's so superior. It's so a little annoying, but also just kind of like it's.
Well, there's two subjects. There's two things he's catching on. It's like a really short video. Two things he's catching on. Christians being scientifically blind and just being idiots, and then two, the political part of just following Trump, which we want to touch on. Would you want to do the?
Let's do the first part, and then we'll move on to the.
The first part's easy.
Yeah. Christian, as though there are no Christian scientists.
Yeah, there's no.
Not like Christian scientists, like scientists who are Christians, as though there aren't Christian mathematicians, as though only scientists are rational. Look, I mean, we should get this out of the way, right? Scientists make, for the most part, awful philosophers, terrible philosophers, thinking consistently, thinking out of the box, right? Thinking based off principle, being able to self-interrogate. All these things. People who are scientistic, who worship the I effing love science kind of that crowd, right? They tend to be very externally focused. It's always. I'm the high priest of this weird little religion I have. I get to tell you why you're dumb and wrong, and it's such a prideful place to be, and just assuming that all truth is scientific.
Yeah, and I think
it's so crazy because I've seen that before. People start like calling anything that's true a scientific fact, right? All of a sudden, maths becomes science. All of a sudden, any kind of rational inference is scientific. But science is the study of things that made of stuff. Right? Science is if it can be measured with a ruler or a thermometer or something. It's
anything
scientific.
That's subjective that you can see and touch and all that. It's science, and anything outside of that is just
objective. You know?
God is God,
but God is objective. Like,
God is the God of the gaps. You know, that's the very
yeah, sure.
And I think what science is very clearly felt with atheism is the idea, and this isn't even blind. It's hard because we don't have tons to talk about. Is the moral standard and what is it? The meaning, like giving life meaning. That's just something it can't explain. Well, what's something, and even they're talking about scientific. Science can only get you so far. Like science doesn't explain the beginning of the universe, so they believe things scientifically blind. You know what I'm saying? They it's a very common Christian phrase.
The multiverse stuff as well is just as here's the thing: if you are a proponent of a multiverse, something that generates universes infinitely, so it's not a surprise that universe came from nothing and a universe was so life-permitting because they're just infinite numbers being pumped out. Demonstrate the existence of one other universe than ours. Yeah. Just one. You're proposing an infinite number. Give me one more universe besides the one I am sitting in, right? And you can't really because it's an explanation. Maybe you think it's a really good explanation, right? Maybe you think it's probable based off the evidence, but it's certainly not like factual, written down like
there's also
two rights.
What's the word? I feel like it's a logical fallacy where he's just bringing. Is it where he's assuming the premise in the question, or assuming the answer in the question? I forget what that's called off the top of my head because it's just maybe I just thought of it right now. Like, what does he think about human society before like the 90s and the 80s or whatever when science really blew up? The 1800s or 1900s is what I meant. Like, not the 90s. I said that wrong.
80s and 90s.
Yeah, the 80s and 90s. Just 20 years of science. No. Like, what about this? Like, it's so irritating to me because science isn't the only thing humans have to go off. Like, history and that. Would they claim that that's science? Because what I'm saying is, like, humans don't make decisions scientifically blind. They have the Bible, and there's so much evidence to support the Bible and the validity of the Bible. He's bringing Christianity and all these things just to one category, and that's science.
Yeah, if you presuppose religious belief is not rational,
Yeah.
then you get to say things like you believe in a sky daddy and therefore you can't be trusted on anything.
Anyway,
Which is not true either.
It is what it is. If you guys want us to go more in depth on this, let us know in the
Yeah.
comments. The science thing. This is just a really brief touching about it, because the main thing I was really passionate I wanted to talk about, and obviously you can weigh in, is the second part of this, which I do disagree with some people. That's going to upset people in America specifically, is this Trump worship for a lot of Christians. And I think Christians put Trump and some of these other political figures so high and say that they're Christians and they're godly people just because they agree with us a bit more morally. That's the thing. I'm going to be honest here, and I'm going to get hate for it. If I was in America during the last 2 elections, or like the last 3 elections, I would have voted for Trump. Not because I think Trump's godly. I don't even think Trump's fully pro-life. I don't even think he is. But just because I look at the left and what Kamala was promoting, and I was like, this is so unbelievably ungodly. I'm voting for Trump just because he's just a bit better. You know what I'm saying? And I know people in my life that put Trump to this such high pedestal. You know, when he nearly got assassinated, God's hand was on Trump and God stopped the bullet.
Well,
Oh God,
maybe.
but it's just this idea. I don't know. That it's like the Christian Jesus right now for some people.
Christian Jesus.
Like he nearly died, and like
You mean like political Jesus?
yeah, that's what
There
I
is a
meant.
Christian.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
There is
You're
a
right. You're
Christian
right. I
Jesus.
said that wrong. Yeah, he's the modern day or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
modern day
saying?
Jesus. Yeah,
the
yeah,
modern
yeah.
day Messiah, the chosen one. It's irritating me. If you got something you want to say to that.
I mean, you're on point. You're on point, and he's the best of a bad bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a good. He seems to genuinely love America, and he sees himself as a working class, for whatever weird reason, despite being having been born into money and lived in money his whole life. He seems to be like trying to cast himself as a working Joe, New York working Joe style fella. And that's honestly, I find that easy to manipulate. Like he wants the approval of apple pie, full legal style Americans. You know, the American public.
And I think this really showed itself to me when I was really disappointed with the TPUSA decision for the halftime show, when they didn't go all Christian. They lent into the beers and women and America. It's like, well, what is America? I'm English. You're English. Also half Thai.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, he's something. He's a random generate character. Is what am I trying to say? Is I think as Christians we need to be Jesus' kingdom first,
Mhm.
and I'm not right first, or I'm not left first. To the point where if in the last 3 elections, or even in England when we've been voting for people, if the Lib Dems were more godly and actually held more biblical views, I would have voted for them. Because I'm voting for what I think God's morals are,
Sure, yeah.
not just for this one side. And it's been lost so much now, and the divide between people is so much. This isn't even topping on the topic, because I don't want to dodge like. The also reason I wouldn't have voted for the left is because of like a lot of these communist socialist ideas, which I just think are just terrible. So even if they were to shift on something, maybe I don't know something. Because I was gonna say pro-life, but that's a really big one for me. Even with the you know what I'm saying? It's hard. You guys have anything to say wrapping it up?
Yeah. I just wanted to finish what I was saying. Is I don't support whatever. Let's say support. That's as close as anything else. Is I don't support Donald Trump because I think he is going to bring the kingdom of God on earth. I think he is a tool in many respects. He's a tool. I genuinely don't think I would enjoy his company if we hung out. Honestly, I don't like golf.
Well, this is the problem I have with him. Is just a lot of Christians like looking up to him so much, and maybe this is so unhinged. I'm gonna have to clip this out. Charlie Kirk's memorial, like when he died in the funeral, man, I was so uncomfortable when he was the last person, and Erica Kirk went up to him and really hugged him and made him. I was just like, man, I just don't think he's that guy. And I fully believe he would have thrown her under the bus in order to get him higher up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. I'm speculating here. It's just difficult, man. And the whole entire point of this segment, and wrapping up this podcast, is just to say, and to be honest, the whole entire point of this, all of this, they've been leading on to one or the other. You know, we're going to talk about the Epstein, the Epstein, the Mike Ringer, the Trump. I think the world is so crowded right now. We need to bring Jesus back to the center.
Yeah.
You know, make sure we actually focus on Jesus. Are you focusing more on Jesus? Or you're in your Bible? Are you praying more and doing this than you're on Twitter? You know what I'm saying? Or you're on your, I don't know. What you want to say?
I think godly character in leadership is incredibly important. But sometimes you don't get a saint to vote for. You don't get a saint to further your aims, and so you compromise politically with a Donald Trump because he gets us closer. He gets us in a better direction, even though he's nowhere near in terms of values, in terms of personal character scandals.
Well,
Whatever.
what about England? Because we're English, we might get a bit more English people. How do we bring this over to England politics? Maybe a figure instead of England.
We don't have Christian politicians for them.
No, we
Almost
don't. What about Advanced UK? That guy. Forget his name. Yeah.
Culturally Christian?
Yeah, see, I don't know much about him.
Yeah.
I think this is the thing. England's such an L right now that I, as an English person, know more about American politics now than I do English politics.
In some ways, it matters more. I think we're diverging now.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
America
you're right.
is in some ways
Yeah.
improving, and therefore we need to fight the fire at home. And we're in a
Right,
disaster.
I was just
zone.
trying to bring it a bit more local.
Yeah,
How can
sure.
we do okay, this is how we bring it local. Get off your Twitter, get off your X, get off anything, and go to a local church. You know, don't be a lone rider.
Yeah.
Actually go to a local church, because I sometimes stress out and get nervous about all this, and then I think, well, I actually have a good godly community.
Mhm.
And if worst was to come to worst right here, I reckon we would all come together and help sustain each other.
Yeah, that's the small picture. That's how you change things grassroots.
Mhm.
Is you have God change people.
Mm-hmm.
So you pray for people. You support one another. Make sure that nobody is broke or dragged away by the cops for posting something spicy. Right.
There we go.
But
We got to wrap this up.
yeah.
You get the final word.
You further the kingdom by you yourself drawing close to God,
Mhm.
helping other people draw
Mhm.
closer to God.
Mhm.
You make do in the world because you can't. No doubt, we're going to wind up voting some Epstein alumni into power at some point, and helping some bureaucrats who've been on his happy little
bourgeoisie.
island. Yeah, no doubt it's going to happen. No doubt we can't, no matter how much we cleanse, we can't get rid of all human evil because we don't. So we don't put our faith in human.
Put your faith in God.
Put your faith in God. Put your faith in God. Do what you can. Understand that people aren't God. No matter how much time they spend in TV programming and speaking behind a podium.
Yep. Good. I said I'll give you the last word.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say, and this is the final thing, is that doesn't mean you don't fight.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you give up and just go, oh, let God. Shut up.
Yeah. Get your concerns in the right order.
I hate that. Yeah, get your level of concerns up, and when the opportunity comes, you fight like hell.
Yeah.
Like, for me, the pro-life movement right now, Christians are too passive in this regard. We need to fight like hell for the unborn babies. So we're not saying that you're just passive or just in your local church body. You go to church and fight, oh God, because we live in a fallen world. It's like, no, that's not what we're talking about. You know,
Yeah.
that's a topic for another time. Anyway, there we go. Jesus loves you. Have a great day. Hope this provoked thought to some degree. If you made it to the end of the video, comment cheese. We know who the real ones are.
Real talk.